Golden Reporter segment of Impact. This week, my guest is Lisa Jordan, life coach, and she's here to talk about the benefits of having a life coach in your life. Thank you again for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's begin by asking the question, how do you become a life coach and how long you've been a life coach?
I've been in the practice since 2008. My training has included a number of different, from coaching training to Enneagram training of personality, including my work experience of years as a college admission financial aid counselor. So asking people, so what do you want to do with the rest of your life?
Yes.
Don't panic. Goes way back for me.
So now the term life coach is kind of a new term, I would say. It's not been around for a long time. Where did this term come from?
I would say that the term life coach has been used as a professional description for the last 15 or so years, according to the International Coaching Federation, which is within the coaching community its own way of qualifying coaches, because anybody can say they're a life coach. So it's really, really important when anyone is looking into coaching that not only they look into a person's background, but much more important is to sit down and make sure that this is somebody that they can work with, that there's a level of trust, a level of rapport, because you're going to be sharing things with that person, and it can get personal. And you want to know that that information isn't going to go anywhere and it's going to be used for your best interest. So
the first thing you have to establish with a life coach is trust. Being able to be having that good rapport with that person, to know that you know, you fit with that person. And I love that your website, which is called, what's the website called?
TheRightFitCoaching.com.
TheRightFitCoaching.com. And on that website there is a personality assessment, and that's the first thing that you have to do, because it's a very intimate thing from what I'm understanding. Life coaching is very intimate. You're sharing intimate details about yourself so that that person can trust you and really feel you out to say who you are and take you from there. Now talk to me about your programs that you have as a life coach.
I approach coaching on 3 different levels per se. The first, laser coaching. In a person needs an objective, professional for maybe 1, 2, or 3 hours, because there's one specific question that they really need to delve into, and the folks that are closest to them may also be tied closely to whatever outcome, so they might not be able to be as objective as one would hope. That's one place a life coach comes in. Secondly is short-term coaching, which there's a deeper level of understanding, there's a deeper level that needs to be approached. And that's where a person is meeting, say, once a week for an hour for 3 to 4 months. Anything after that is long-term coaching, whether it's a monthly check-in session every other week, on weekly. And usually once somebody has been working for a couple of years, hopefully the coach has got them to wherever. And then anywhere in there you can reassess what your goals and objectives are and work in community. So now let me give you a scenario. It's the new year. People are trying to figure out, okay, it's the new year, what are some of the things I need to change? And some of us, we're in a place where we're stuck. We know that there's more, we want to get to the more, but we don't know how to get to the more. Is this where a life coach comes in? Absolutely. I think it was Einstein who said the same thinking that got us into the problem is not going to be able to get us out. So we've gotten ourselves as far as we can get ourselves. So working with a life coach comes in and you say, well, this is the objective, this is the goal, the what. Well, the first thing as a coach, it's really, or as the individual, it's really important to establish as to why. Why is this so important? Because, when push comes to shove, say you want to get more fit and it's just not, getting to the gym just isn't fitting into the schedule and so forth. If you're not in touch with a deeper level of why this is important, it gets put to the back burner. The second point is breaking down all the different things that you may need to do to accomplish this goal into small enough pieces where it's doable, because we're all already busy. So taking a full plate and putting more stuff on it is really setting yourself up for trouble, because I believe you can have it all, just not at the same time. So and having somebody else to help you negotiate how to take whatever resources, whether it be time, money, or energy, and say, okay, in order to have this now, I need to table that for a little while.
Okay.
And whether it be a coach or even past that, who is going to support you in your goals, and building a network of support along your goal. Again, every good team, every winning team has a really good coach.
That's right. That's right.
There is that, but then there's also the other team players, and then there's the fans in the stands and the concession stands, and and on it goes. It's like, who can be on your team to help you meet your goals, and how does it fit in with their goals too? So we're kind of all moving forward together.
All right. So, so if a person wants to get to you or contact you, how can they reach you?
There's a couple different ways. If they would like to see a little bit more about me first, to get a little bit more comfortable, they're more than welcome to go to my website, which is therightfitcoaching.com.
Exactly.
There is a video on there that also has testimonials from some of my clients, as well as some background information on me. My email address, lisa@therightfitcoaching, is right there. And then my telephone number is 518-356-9162. And I take calls between the hours of 9 and 3.
Okay. All right. Now we have here your workbook, and this is your own personal workbook.
Yes.
And talk to us a little bit about the workbook and how does that fit into life coaching one-on-one with you?
What I found is a lot of people find life coaching, because it's not very directive, that having something tangible is very helpful. So after working with a number of clients and seeing that there was a very specific progression that went first on the inner, then into the one-on-one relationships, and then into the greater community, I put together a 10-session workbook. So I can go over with my clients the general idea, and then there's a bunch of exploration and discovery questions.
Okay.
And then so they can get themselves as far as they can get themselves on their own time.
Okay.
That way, when we sit down together, that synergy where we take them to the next level can happen, and they're not repeating. Otherwise, you could go get a self-help book off the $16.99 and it's a done deal. This is only available through the coaching, and it gives a person the opportunity to have. They walk away, they'll always have their workbook.
That they can go back to. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, you have people who may come in and say, okay, for business ventures that they want to expand into, that they're not quite sure how to do that. Is it always business or financial stuff, or is it more personal stuff that you have in terms of your clients?
On the business end of it, I do have clients. I had one client who was a financial planner, and he had established himself. He had a very strong business running, and he had gotten really good at doing that, to the point where it's like, okay, what's the next level? And he knew that he needed it to matter on a much deeper level. So it was something that he could really sink his teeth into, where work became play.
The passion.
Passion, exactly. So we worked together over a period of time to not only figure out for him what would be the right fit, but also how to get there. And it has worked out very well for him. On the personal side of it, I had a client a little while back, and she was having a really hard time balancing her work commitments and her personal life. And there's a lot of folks out there who are really under a lot of stress trying to find that work-life balance. And so what we did was, we first started off, acknowledging that she had choices. Everything was her choice. And that from there, what were her values? Where did she want to spend her time, her money, her energy, that kind of a thing? And then we assessed her life, because there's two places where you can see if your values are lining up with how you're really living. They're your checkbook and your calendar.
That is right.
Yep. So we look at that together. And from there, we decided which things did she need to spend more time and efforts on, and what things could be tabled for now. Whether she gets back to them or not, you know, we'll see. Because quite frankly, after a while, we're not the same person we were 20 years later, only older. You know, experiences get collected, viewpoints change. We continue to mature and to evolve, you know, throughout adulthood.
Yes. So I guess that's part of life. As we progress, as we grow, we come to stumbling blocks because there's too much stuff, too many balls are being juggled, or whatever it is, and we need somebody like you to come in with the right fit and to help us to get to the next level.
Absolutely.
So it is wonderful to have you on our show today, Lisa.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thank you for all of the information. And just let our audience know one more time, how can they get a hold of you?
They can go to my website, therightfitcoaching.com, where my email address as well as my telephone number are, or they can call directly at 518-356-9162. And if I don't answer the phone, just leave a message. I will get back, hopefully within the day. Just make sure the number is stated very clearly.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for watching the Roving Reporter segment of Impact. Again, my guest is Lisa Jordan of therightfitcoaching.com. And if, as you begin this new year and you're looking for someone to organize your busy life, you can reach out to Lisa and find out how she can organize your life for you. Thank you. I'm Huldah Thompson, your Roving Reporter. See you next time.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.